Title: Echoes of Solitude. Night enveloped the world as I embarked on the desolate stretch of highway, my headlights cutting through the darkness like frail blades against the impending void. The radio crackled sporadically, filling the car with a symphony of static. I glanced at the clock. It was well past midnight. I couldn't shake the feeling that I was alone, not just in the car, but in the entire universe. My journey began innocently enough, an escape from the monotony of daily life. But as the miles stretched on, the road seemed to swallow the world, leaving only me and my trembling breath in its wake. The dim glow of the dashboard created eerie shadows that danced around the confines of the car, casting spectral shapes upon the interior. I rolled down the window, hoping the crisp night air would soothe my frayed nerves. Instead, it carried a chilling whisper that seemed to echo from the shadows beyond the roadside trees. A voice, soft and insidious, murmured things just beyond the reach of comprehension. My name, whispered by the wind, sent shivers down my spine. Alone, you are truly alone, it cooed, each syllable weaving into the fabric of the night. My grip tightened on the steering wheel as I sped through the inky blackness. The road stretched endlessly before me, a ribbon of asphalt disappearing into the abyss. The surrounding woods pressed in, their branches clawing at the edges of the road like skeletal fingers. I was an intruder in this symphony of isolation, a lone wanderer in a realm reserved for the forgotten. As the road wound through the dense forest, a peculiar unease settled in my chest. I glanced at the rearview mirror, half expecting to see a pair of haunting eyes reflecting back. But the darkness behind me held only shadows and the distant glow of my own taillights. The radio continued its erratic serenade, the frequencies dancing between stations. In the midst of the static, a voice emerged, a voice not of the broadcaster, but one that seemed to emanate from the very soul of the night. You are never truly alone, for the night is alive with unseen companions, it murmured, sending a shiver down my spine. I tried to shake off the sense of foreboding, dismissing it as fatigue and the tricks shadows play on a tired mind. Yet, the feeling persisted as if the night itself were closing in around me. With each passing mile, the road became more dilapidated, potholes jolting the car and my nerves in unison. The trees leaned closer, their branches forming an arched canopy overhead. It was as if the forest sought to reclaim the path, to erase any trace of humanity from its midst. I reached for the radio, attempting to drown out the unsettling whispers with music. The familiar tunes, however, only served to amplify the disquieting silence between each song. The darkness outside the car seemed to press against the windows, hungry to seep in and consume me. The voice returned, no longer confined to the radio but echoing from the very fabric of the night itself. Alone you shall remain. Embrace the solitude, let it become a part of you. I swallowed hard, my throat dry and constricted. The road ahead twisted and turned, each bend revealing a landscape untouched by human hands. My surroundings became a claustrophobic tunnel of trees, their branches creating an otherworldly arch that blocked out the moonlight. As the car wound its way through the dense forest, I caught a glimpse of something in the rearview mirror. A fleeting shape, a silhouette in the darkness. Panic surged through my veins, and I pressed the accelerator, urging the car to escape the encroaching shadows. The voice grew louder, no longer a mere whisper, but a persistent chant that reverberated within the confines of the car. Alone, you are embraced by the night. It cradles you in its eternal solitude. I stole glances at the mirror, the shadows within gaining substance and form. A figure emerged, a specter draped in shadows, its face obscured by an impenetrable darkness. It moved with a haunting grace, its movements synchronized with the dance of the trees outside. The road seemed to stretch on forever, an unending passage into the heart of isolation. I fumbled for my phone, my trembling fingers struggling to dial a number, any number that would connect me to the realm of the living. The voice chuckled, a sound devoid of mirth. Alone, you are untethered from the world. No connection can save you from the solitude that awaits. A distant glow appeared on the horizon, a feeble beacon in the sea of darkness. I squinted, hoping for signs of civilization, for the warmth of streetlights and the hum of life. But the glow remained distant, flickering like a dying ember in the vast expanse of the night. The figure in the mirror drew closer, its presence filling the car with an oppressive weight. I dared not look directly at it, fearing the abyss that might stare back from its featureless face. The radio emitted a final burst of static before falling silent. The voice, now free from the constraints of technology, enveloped me like a spectral fog. Alone, you are mine. Embrace the night, for in its solitude you shall find eternal peace. Desperation clawed at my chest as the figure in the mirror reached out with shadowy tendrils, fingers extending toward me like a grotesque dance of despair. I slammed my foot on the gas pedal, the engine roaring in protest as the car hurtled toward the distant glow. The road seemed to stretch and warp, time and space bending to the will of the night. The figure in the mirror contorted, its form elongating and distorting as if seeking to escape its two-dimensional prison. The glow on the horizon grew, revealing itself to be a lone streetlight standing sentinel at the edge of the forest. As the car approached, the shadows within relinquished their hold, retreating into the depths of the night. With a final burst of speed, I emerged from the suffocating embrace of the forest, the road unfolding into a well-lit thoroughfare. Civilization greeted me like an old friend, the hum of streetlights and distant traffic a comforting symphony. I dared a glance in the rearview mirror, half expecting to find the spectral figure still clinging to the shadows. Yet, there was only the empty expanse of the road, stretching behind me like a fading nightmare. The voice, now a distant echo, lingered in the recesses of my mind. Alone, but not forgotten. The night awaits your return. I drove on, the solitude of the night fading with each passing mile. The streetlights cast their reassuring glow, dispelling the lingering shadows that clung to the edges of my consciousness. As the first light of dawn painted the sky, I couldn't shake the feeling that, for a brief moment, I had glimpsed the true nature of solitude, the haunting emptiness that lurks in the forgotten corners of the night. The echoes of solitude lingered, a chilling reminder that, in the heart of darkness, one is never truly alone. Title: The Midnight Hitchhiker. The road stretched out like an endless ribbon, a monotonous path through the desolation of the night. The only companionship was the soft hum of the engine and the rhythmic beat of rain against the roof. I squinted through the windshield, the beams of my headlights cutting through the darkness like feeble swords. My surroundings were nothing but an indistinct blur, the rain creating a surreal dance of shadows on the asphalt. The radio played a distant melody, the signal weakened by the storm. The world outside seemed to shrink with each passing mile, a claustrophobic cocoon of solitude. I checked the time on the dashboard, past midnight. A flicker of movement caught my eye, a silhouette standing at the roadside, drenched in the downpour. A hitchhiker, a lone figure seeking refuge from the relentless rain. Against my better judgment, I pulled over. The night held a certain unease, and the idea of shared solitude appealed to me in that desolate moment. The hitchhiker approached, face obscured by the hood of a rain-soaked jacket. "Need a ride?" I called out, my voice lost in the drumming rain. The hitchhiker nodded, a silent acknowledgement. I clicked the locks open, and the door creaked as it swung open, inviting the stranger into the sanctuary of the car. The hitchhiker settled into the passenger seat, the darkness concealing their features. A chill crept into the car with them, a shiver that had nothing to do with the rain outside. "Long drive ahead?" the hitchhiker asked, their voice a melodic whisper that seemed to echo within the confines of the car. "Yeah," I replied, my grip tightening on the steering wheel. "Just trying to make it through the night." The hitchhiker chuckled, a sound that sent a shiver down my spine. "Nights can be deceiving, don't you think? Sometimes the darkest hours reveal more than the daylight ever could." I stole a glance at the mysterious passenger, but the shadows clung to them like a second skin. The radio crackled to life, the signal distorted by the storm. A haunting melody seeped through the static, a tune that resonated with the eerie atmosphere of the night. As the car pressed on, the hitchhiker spoke of things that stirred the depths of unease within me, stories of forgotten highways, lost souls, and the haunting beauty of solitude. Their words painted a canvas of isolation, each sentence a brushstroke that added to the chilling masterpiece. The rain intensified, drumming on the roof with an otherworldly cadence. The hitchhiker's presence seemed to grow, their form merging with the shadows like a specter born of the night itself. "You can't escape the solitude, you know," they murmured, their words weaving into the symphony of raindrops. "It's always there, lurking in the corners of your existence." I tried to focus on the road ahead, but the rain-slicked asphalt blurred into a surreal dreamscape. The hitchhiker's voice became a haunting melody, a siren's song that beckoned me into the heart of the night. The car approached a desolate stretch of road, surrounded by dense woods on either side. The headlights cut through the rain, revealing fleeting glimpses of gnarled branches and shadowed figures that seemed to dance in the periphery. "Stop here," the hitchhiker whispered, their voice a soft command that left no room for refusal. I pulled to the side of the road, the rain now a torrential downpour that obscured the world outside. The hitchhiker opened the door, stepping out into the storm. I hesitated, a sense of foreboding settling in the pit of my stomach. "Embrace the solitude," they said, their figure fading into the night. "It is the only constant in this ever-changing world." As the car pulled away, I glimpsed the hitchhiker in the rearview mirror, a solitary figure standing at the edge of the road, swallowed by the darkness. The rain painted a distorted image, a reflection of a world that seemed to shift and warp with each passing second. The radio emitted a final burst of static before falling silent. The rain played a mournful dirge on the roof, a requiem for the night and the enigmatic passenger it had brought into my life. As I drove on, the road winding through the labyrinth of the night, I couldn't shake the feeling that I had encountered something beyond the realm of the living. The solitude lingered, a palpable presence that clung to the air like a haunting melody. The hitchhiker's words echoed in my mind, a chilling reminder that, in the heart of the night, one could never truly escape the embrace of solitude. Title: Whispers in the Rearview. The night unfolded its inky wings as I navigated the winding roads, the only company the muted hum of tires on asphalt and the occasional hoot of a distant owl. The moon hung low in the sky, casting a feeble glow on the empty stretches of highway that stretched endlessly before me. My headlights cut through the darkness, a solitary beacon in the quiet symphony of the night. The radio played a soft melody, the gentle notes weaving through the car like a lullaby. Yet, beneath the surface, an undercurrent of static lingered, the occasional glitch interrupting the harmony. I adjusted the dial, searching for a clearer signal, but the whispers that emerged seemed to transcend the limitations of frequency. "Alone, you traverse the realms of the night," a voice murmured, its words riding the currents of static. I dismissed it as a quirk of the radio, a glitch in the airwaves, but the unease settled in the pit of my stomach like a stone. The road stretched on, a ribbon of asphalt that wound through desolate landscapes. The trees stood sentinel on either side, their gnarled branches reaching out like skeletal fingers. An unsettling feeling of being watched crept over me, the shadows conspiring in the periphery of my vision. A figure materialized in the rearview mirror, a silhouette that seemed to dance at the edge of sight. I blinked, convinced it was a trick of tired eyes, but the shadow lingered, an ethereal presence that mirrored my every movement. The radio crackled, the voice emerging once more, now seeping from the speakers like a ghostly breath. In the solitude of the night, echoes of the forgotten emerge. I tried to shake off the sense of foreboding, focusing on the road ahead, but the figure in the mirror persisted. It danced between the trees, a wraith navigating the shadows with an unsettling grace. The road unfurled like a coiled serpent, leading me deeper into the heart of the night. The whispers in the radio grew louder, a spectral choir that echoed the unseen presence in the rearview mirror. A dilapidated sign appeared on the roadside, announcing the entrance to a forgotten town, its name long faded with time. A lone gas station stood as a relic of the past, its flickering neon lights casting an eerie glow on the deserted pumps. The figure in the mirror beckoned, its form now more distinct in the wan light. I hesitated, glancing at the gas station, its silence a testament to the solitude that clung to the abandoned town. A voice, not from the radio but from the very air around me, whispered, "Alone, yet never truly alone." The forgotten places harbor echoes of the past. The gas station attendant's booth stood empty, a hollow shell frozen in time. I approached cautiously, the gravel crunching beneath my feet. The figure in the mirror drew closer, its movements synchronized with the slow pulse of my heart. I peered into the darkness within the booth, half expecting to find the attendant lost in the folds of time. But the only response was the echo of my own breath, the shadows clinging to the corners like a silent witness. The radio emitted a burst of static, the voice now a distorted chorus that reverberated through the night. In the heart of the forgotten, the night reveals its secrets. Embrace the solitude, let it become your guide. The figure in the mirror reached out, its fingers extending like wisps of shadow. I stumbled backward, the gas station fading into the background as the road called me forward. The whispers in the radio and the figure in the mirror became one, a haunting symphony that danced between the realms of reality and the ethereal. The road stretched endlessly, the darkness outside my car an abyss that seemed to swallow the world. A dilapidated mansion emerged on the horizon, its silhouette a stark contrast to the desolation around it. I approached with caution, the figure in the mirror now a silent companion that mirrored my every movement. The mansion loomed, its windows staring like vacant eyes. A chill gripped the air as I stepped out of the car, the gravel crunching beneath my feet. The whispers crescendoed, a cacophony that filled the night with the voices of the forgotten. The figure in the mirror detached itself, stepping out into the darkness. It beckoned toward the mansion, its form dissolving into the shadows that clung to the ancient walls. The door creaked open, a gateway to the unknown. The whispers guided me, their words a cryptic invitation to explore the secrets that lingered within. As I crossed the threshold, the figure in the mirror merged with the shadows, becoming one with the night. The door closed behind me, sealing me in the solitude of the forgotten, where the echoes of the night whispered their secrets to those willing to listen. Title: The Phantom Toll Booth. The night was a cloak of darkness, enveloping the world as I cruised down the desolate highway. Raindrops tapped a haunting rhythm on the roof, and the wind whispered secrets that danced with the shadows. My headlights cut through the obsidian veil, carving a path into the unknown. The radio flickered to life, a spectral voice emerging from the static. Alone, yet accompanied by the whispers of the night, it murmured cryptically. I adjusted the dial, seeking refuge in music, but the frequencies seemed to warp and twist, weaving a dissonant melody that resonated with the solitude of the road. Miles passed in silence, the only company the ethereal glow of my dashboard and the dim reach of my headlights. An old toll booth materialized ahead, its rusted frame standing as a sentinel in the obscurity of the night. I approached cautiously, the rain intensifying into a torrent that blurred the boundaries between reality and illusion. A solitary figure stood beside the toll booth, cloaked in a tattered shroud. The phantom toll collector, it seemed, waited for my arrival. I rolled down my window, the raindrops tapping a staccato against the roof of the car. Payment is required to traverse this road, the spectral figure intoned, its voice a haunting echo. Not in coins or bills, but in the currency of your fears. A chill slithered down my spine as I contemplated the cryptic demand. The radio crackled, the voice returning with a sinister chuckle. Alone, you journey through the corridors of the unknown. Will you pay the toll? With trepidation, I nodded, allowing the phantom toll collector to enter the car. The atmosphere within shifted, a heaviness settling like a fog. The toll booth disappeared into the rearview mirror, swallowed by the night. The rain became a tempest, the world outside obscured by the storm. The phantom toll collector sat silently beside me, the shroud concealing its features. The radio emitted distorted whispers as if the very air conspired to reveal the secrets of the road. The highway twisted and turned, a labyrinth of uncertainty. Shadows clung to the periphery, their dance synchronized with the haunting cadence of the rain. The toll collector spoke, its voice a spectral murmur that echoed through the car. In the solitude of the night, roads reveal their true nature. The toll is paid not with currency, but with the echoes of your deepest fears. As the journey continued, the toll collector's shroud unraveled, revealing a face distorted by the shadows. Hollow eyes gleamed with an otherworldly light, and a spectral smile played on lips that whispered secrets carried by the wind. The highway stretched into the infinite, the boundaries of time and space becoming indistinguishable. The toll collector's voice became a hypnotic chant, weaving tales of forgotten realms and the spirits that roamed the desolate roads. A toll booth materialized in the distance, its rusted frame beckoning like a gateway to the unknown. The rain relented and the storm abated, revealing a surreal landscape beyond the toll booth, twisted trees, ethereal mist, and a road that wound through the heart of an otherworldly realm. Here is the end of your journey, the toll collector whispered, its voice a spectral breeze. Pay the toll and the road will release you. I reached into the depths of my fears, offering them to the toll collector like a sacrificial offering. The toll booth loomed, its frame distorting as if bending the fabric of reality itself. The phantom toll collector stepped out, dissolving into the mist. The toll booth vanished, leaving me on an empty stretch of highway, the rain now a gentle drizzle that seemed to cleanse the air. The radio emitted a final burst of static before falling silent. The road stretched ahead, its twists and turns now mundane, lacking the surreal quality of the journey through the phantom toll booth. As I drove into the fading night, the echoes of the toll collector's whispers lingered, a haunting reminder that the road between reality and the unknown is not always measured in miles, but in the currency of the fears we carry with us. Title: The Silent Caravan. The night embraced the road like a lover, an endless ribbon of asphalt winding through the heart of darkness. Raindrops tapped a cryptic code on the car roof, and the headlights carved through the obscurity with a feeble glow. The rhythmic hum of tires on wet pavement created a haunting melody that echoed through the silent expanse. The radio flickered to life, a spectral voice emerging from the static. Alone, you embark on a journey through the shadows, it whispered, a spectral guide through the enigmatic night. I tuned the dial, seeking solace in familiar frequencies, but the whispers persisted, intermingling with the rain-soaked melody. A procession materialized on the horizon, a caravan of ancient vehicles, their headlights like dim lanterns in the mist. Each car bore a story, a relic from a bygone era, as if time itself had paused to witness their passage. I slowed, feeling a sense of obligation to join the spectral caravan. The rain intensified as I merged into the procession, my car becoming one with the silent entourage. The radio murmured cryptic verses as if narrating the tale of the spectral caravan that traversed the roads of the night. The vehicles moved in unison, their tires whispering secrets to the damp asphalt. Shadows danced between the cars, and the rain seemed to harmonize with the ethereal hum of engines that transcended the barriers of time. The radio voice spoke with a spectral cadence. In the solitude of the night, the silent caravan roams, carrying the echoes of forgotten journeys. I glimpsed faces in the other cars, pale countenances with vacant eyes that stared into the abyss. The passengers seemed frozen in time, their expressions haunted by the weight of the unseen world they carried with them. A bridge emerged from the mist, its arches shrouded in the enigmatic gloom. The caravan crossed it in unison, the rain painting ripples on the water below. The radio voice became a lament, a dirge for the forgotten souls that lingered in the silent caravan. The headlights of the lead car illuminated a dilapidated mansion, its windows like vacant ice staring into the night. The caravan slowed as if paying homage to the forgotten edifice. A chill enveloped the air, and the radio whispered tales of phantoms that dwelled within the mansion's walls. The caravan turned into a gravel path that led to the mansion's grand entrance. I hesitated, my car idling at the threshold. The rain now fell in a symphony, each drop a note in the haunting melody that surrounded the silent procession. The spectral voice guided me, alone, yet part of the tapestry of the night. Will you enter the mansion and become one with the echoes of the silent caravan? A sense of inevitability propelled me forward. The grand doors of the mansion creaked open, and the caravan flowed into its dimly lit corridors like a river of shadows. The air inside was thick with the residue of forgotten memories. I followed the spectral faces, the hollow eyes guiding me through the labyrinthine halls. The rain outside seemed to harmonize with the ethereal wails that emanated from unseen chambers. The radio, now a phantom conductor, guided me deeper into the mansion's depths. The corridors twisted and turned, revealing doorways to forgotten realms. Each room bore witness to the silent stories of the spectral caravan. In a grand ballroom, the ghosts of dancers twirled in a spectral waltz, their movements frozen in eternal elegance. The radio whispered tales of forgotten celebrations and the echoes of laughter that lingered in the air. A library revealed shelves lined with phantom books, their pages filled with the unwritten stories of the silent caravan. The radio recounted the tales of knowledge lost to time, now eternally bound within the mansion's walls. As I traversed the mansion, the spectral voice grew softer, blending with the rain-soaked symphony that accompanied the silent caravan. The faces in the mirrors reflected the weight of untold secrets, and the mansion itself seemed to breathe with the memories of the night. The grand doors creaked open once more, revealing the rain-soaked world outside. The spectral caravan awaited, their vehicles humming with an otherworldly resonance. The radio voice lingered, bidding me farewell as the caravan prepared to continue its eternal journey. I rejoined the procession, my car merging seamlessly with the spectral vehicles. The mansion faded into the mist, its grandeur a distant memory. The rain whispered a final farewell, and the spectral voice echoed its parting words. Alone, yet forever entwined with the silent caravan. In the solitude of the night, the echoes of forgotten journeys become the threads of your own tale. As the caravan flowed into the darkness, the rain-soaked road stretched before me, a path that seemed to lead beyond the confines of the known world. The night embraced us all, and in the company of the spectral entourage, the road became a timeless passage through the enigmatic realms of the night. Title: The Haunting Echoes. The night unfurled like a shroud, enveloping the world in a cloak of darkness as I drove down the solitary highway. The rain fell in a melancholic cadence, tapping on the car roof like ghostly fingertips. The glow of the dashboard cast a dim light on the interior, revealing an empty passenger seat, a stark reminder of the solitude that clung to the night. The radio emitted static, punctuated by bursts of distorted voices that seemed to transcend the usual frequencies. A spectral chorus whispered tales of the forgotten and the forsaken, their words weaving into the haunting melody of the night. I adjusted the dial, hoping to escape the eerie serenade, but the voices persisted, a spectral choir that resonated with the shadows. The road stretched out before me, an unending ribbon that wound through desolate landscapes. The trees stood like silent sentinels, their branches reaching out like skeletal fingers. As I delved deeper into the heart of the night, the rain intensified, casting a veil of mist that blurred the boundaries between the tangible and the ethereal. A figure materialized on the side of the road, a hitchhiker drenched in the rain. Against my better judgment, I pulled over, the car idling in the spectral stillness. The hitchhiker approached, their face obscured by the hood of a tattered jacket. Alone yet never truly alone, the hitchhiker murmured, their voice a haunting echo that seemed to emanate from the very shadows. I hesitated but unlocked the doors, allowing the mysterious passenger to enter. The car became a vessel of solitude and enigma as the hitchhiker settled into the seat. The rain played a melancholy tune on the roof and the radio continued its spectral transmission, the voices intertwining with the soft hum of the engine. Through the night we roam, seeking the echoes of forgotten tales, the hitchhiker intoned, their words a cryptic proclamation that sent shivers down my spine. As we drove through the darkness, the landscape transformed into a dreamscape, the rain-slicked road a passage to the otherworldly. Shadows danced on the periphery, their movements synchronized with the haunting whispers that filled the car. The hitchhiker spoke of a realm beyond the veil of reality where the echoes of the past lingered like phantoms in the night. The rain painted a surreal tableau and the road became a portal to forgotten realms. A dilapidated mansion emerged on the horizon, its silhouette a stark contrast to the desolation around it. The hitchhiker directed me toward the decaying structure, their words a siren's call that echoed with the promise of secrets buried in the mansion's forgotten chambers. As we entered the grand foyer, the atmosphere thickened with the weight of untold stories. The mansion's halls seemed to breathe with a spectral energy, and the rain outside played a mournful symphony that harmonized with the haunted echoes within. The hitchhiker led me through corridors adorned with portraits that whispered tales of bygone eras. Each room bore witness to the tragedies and triumphs of those who had once called the mansion home. The rain outside intensified, casting an ominous shadow over the ghostly narrative unfolding within. In a grand ballroom, the echoes of a forgotten celebration reverberated. The hitchhiker twirled in a spectral dance, their movements an ethereal ballet that transcended the boundaries of time. The rain on the windows became tears shed by the mansion's silent inhabitants. As we delved deeper into the mansion's depths, the hitchhiker's voice grew softer, their form merging with the shadows. The rain outside seemed to wash away the layers of time, revealing the mansion's hidden truths. In the heart of the mansion, a room whispered of a tragic love story, their voices a haunting duet that lingered in the air like a melancholic melody. The rain outside became a chorus, mourning the lost souls trapped within the mansion's spectral embrace. The hitchhiker guided me back to the car, their presence fading like a phantom in the night. As I drove away from the dilapidated mansion, the rain began to subside and the voices on the radio dissipated into static. Alone once more, I continued down the rain-soaked highway. The night seemed to hold its breath as if the echoes of the haunted mansion lingered in the air. The road stretched on, a path through the enigmatic realms of the night, where the past and present converged in a haunting symphony of solitude and echoes. Title: The Spectral Hitchhiker. The night draped itself over the road, a vast expanse of darkness that seemed to stretch into eternity. Raindrops played a somber tune on the roof of the car, and the headlights cut through the obsidian night like feeble beams of hope. The radio crackled to life, its frequencies dancing with the static of the rain-soaked air. The road wound through desolate landscapes, trees standing like silent witnesses to the passage of time. The car's tires hummed on the wet pavement, a lullaby that echoed in the emptiness. I glanced at the passenger seat, a reminder of the solitude that clung to the night. A figure materialized in the mist ahead, a hitchhiker standing at the roadside, their silhouette barely discernible through the rain. Against my better judgment, I pulled over. The hitchhiker approached, their face obscured by the hood of a tattered jacket. Alone on this endless road, the hitchhiker said, their voice a haunting whisper that blended with the rain. "May I join you on this journey?" I hesitated but clicked the locks open, inviting the mysterious passenger into the sanctuary of the car. The hitchhiker settled into the seat, their presence bringing a chill that transcended the physical coldness of the night. Names fade, stories endure, the hitchhiker muttered, their words an enigma that hung in the air. The radio, now a conduit for the ethereal, emitted a spectral hum, the frequencies bending to the will of the unseen. As we drove, the road became a path to the unknown, the rain intensifying as if trying to cleanse the sins of the past. The hitchhiker spoke of forgotten highways and the lost souls that wandered them, their tales merging with the haunting melody of the raindrops. The car approached a desolate crossroads, the rain now a torrent that blurred the boundaries between reality and the spectral. The hitchhiker pointed ahead, their gaze fixed on a road less traveled. Follow the path of the forgotten, they whispered, their voice a guide through the labyrinth of the night. The road twisted and turned, revealing glimpses of shadowed figures that seemed to dance at the periphery of the headlights. The rain-slicked asphalt became a canvas for the phantoms of the night, their movements synchronized with the haunting rhythm of the rain. The radio voice, now a chorus of echoes, spoke of a realm where the living and the dead coexisted, a place where the boundaries between worlds blurred. The hitchhiker's form seemed to flicker, their presence becoming one with the shadows that clung to the car's interior. We approached an ancient graveyard, tombstones looming like silent sentinels in the night. The hitchhiker gestured toward a path that led deeper into the cemetery, their eyes reflecting the eerie glow of the headlights. "Stop here," they commanded, their voice carrying a weight that left no room for defiance. I pulled over, the rain now a mournful dirge that seemed to resonate with the souls beneath the gravestones. The hitchhiker stepped out into the graveyard, their figure becoming a phantom in the mist. "Walk with me among the forgotten," they beckoned, their voice a haunting melody that echoed through the tombstones. As we traversed the graveyard, the rain intensified, washing away the sins of the departed. The radio, now a vessel for the voices of the spectral, recounted the stories of those who rested in eternal slumber. The hitchhiker led me to a weathered mausoleum, its doors creaking open as if inviting us in. The air inside was thick with the musty scent of time, and the rain on the roof became a spectral drumbeat. "Here lies the heart of the forgotten," the hitchhiker proclaimed, their form merging with the shadows. "Embrace the solitude, for it is in the quiet of the night that the echoes of the past come alive." As the door closed behind us, the mausoleum became a sanctuary for the whispers of the departed. The rain outside played a mournful symphony, and the radio became a conduit for the haunting voices that lingered in the air. The hitchhiker's figure dissolved into the mist, becoming one with the graveyard's eternal embrace. The rain-soaked night stretched before me, a road that led back to the world of the living. Alone once more, I drove away from the graveyard, the rain now a cleansing baptism. The radio emitted a final burst of static before falling silent, and the headlights cut through the darkness, revealing a road that seemed to stretch into an endless horizon. In the solitude of the night, I carried with me the echoes of the spectral hitchhiker's tales and the haunting melody of the raindrops, a traveler between realms where the past and the present converged in a timeless symphony of solitude and forgotten stories. Title: The Vanishing Highway. The night hung heavy, a curtain of obsidian that enveloped the lonely highway. Raindrops played a melancholic melody on the car roof, and the headlights pierced the darkness like a beacon in the void. The radio, a spectral conduit to the unknown, emitted static that seemed to carry whispers from unseen realms. As I drove through the desolate landscape, the road stretched like a serpent, winding through forgotten fields and shadowed groves. The air inside the car felt charged, as if the very atmosphere held the secrets of the night. I glanced at the passenger seat, an empty expanse that mirrored the solitude of the road. A figure emerged on the roadside, a hitchhiker standing in the rain, their form a silhouette against the night. Against my better judgment, I pulled over, and the hitchhiker entered, the car now carrying an unseen passenger. Alone, yet never truly alone, the hitchhiker spoke, their voice a haunting murmur that echoed with the rain. The highway we travel holds tales untold. The radio, now a spectral orchestra, played a discordant symphony that seemed to resonate with the unseen stories of the night. The road ahead became a portal, a gateway to a realm where the living and the spectral coexisted. As we drove, the rain intensified, the world outside the car transformed into a watery labyrinth. The hitchhiker spoke of a vanishing highway, a road that appeared and disappeared at the whim of unseen forces. I followed their directions, the car now navigating the ethereal path. The rain-soaked asphalt seemed to blur with each passing mile, and the headlights revealed glimpses of spectral landscapes that defied the laws of reality. The radio, a guide through the supernatural, spoke of the vanishing highway's connection to the world beyond. We arrived at a crossroads, the rain now a torrent that obscured the path ahead. The hitchhiker pointed toward a hidden turn, a road veiled in mist and mystery. The car followed, the highway shifting and contorting as if guided by an otherworldly force. The radio voice became more urgent, a spectral plea that echoed through the car's interior. The vanishing highway led us to a forgotten town, its structures barely discernible through the rain and mist. The hitchhiker guided me toward a dilapidated motel, a place where the boundaries between dimensions seemed to blur. Here lies the crossroads of the spectral and the mundane, the hitchhiker intoned, their figure now a phantom in the rain-soaked night. The vanishing highway reveals the hidden passages to the other side. The motel's lobby greeted us with an eerie silence, the air thick with the residue of forgotten guests. The radio, now a conduit for the voices of the lost, recounted tales of travelers who had vanished into the spectral realm. Each room held a story, a glimpse into the lives of those who had crossed the threshold between worlds. The rain on the windows seemed to weep for the forgotten, and the motel corridors echoed with the whispers of the spectral. In the heart of the motel, a door beckoned, a portal to the vanishing highway's secrets. The hitchhiker stood at the threshold, their form now a wraith merging with the shadows. "Will you embrace the unknown, traveler?" the hitchhiker asked, their voice a haunting echo. I stepped through the door, the rain outside now a distant murmur. The vanishing highway awaited, a road that transcended the boundaries of the living. The car, a vessel through the spectral, disappeared into the mist, leaving behind the forgotten motel and the rain-soaked night. As I traversed the vanishing highway, the rain became a symphony that accompanied the spectral journey. The radio voice, now a guide through the ethereal, spoke of roads that intersected with the mysteries of the night. The vanishing highway revealed its secrets, a realm where the spectral and the living coexisted in a timeless dance. The rain-drenched night became a tapestry woven with the threads of forgotten stories. The car re-emerged on a familiar road, the rain relenting as if it had never fallen. The hitchhiker, now a phantom memory, had vanished into the night. Alone once more, I drove through the remnants of the rain-soaked night, the highway stretching before me as a passage through the enigmatic realms. The vanishing highway's secrets lingered, a haunting echo in the solitude of the road. Title: The Phantom Junction. The night descended like a heavy curtain, shrouding the world in darkness as I navigated the desolate highway. Raindrops tapped a rhythmic melody on the car roof, and the headlights carved through the obscurity like feeble beacons in the void. The radio emitted a spectral hum, its frequencies dancing with the haunting cadence of the rain. The road wound through forgotten landscapes, trees standing like silent sentinels whose branches reached out like skeletal fingers. The car's tires hummed on the wet pavement, creating a lullaby that seemed to echo in the emptiness. I glanced at the passenger seat, a vacant expanse that mirrored the solitude of the night. A spectral glow appeared on the horizon, an intersection shrouded in mist, its ethereal allure drawing me closer. Against my better judgment, I approached the junction, the rain intensifying as if the weather itself held a secret to be revealed. The radio, now a conduit for the otherworldly, emitted whispers that seemed to emanate from the Phantom Junction. I stopped at the crossroads, the rain playing a haunting melody that echoed with the voices in the radio. A figure materialized in the mist, an enigmatic hitchhiker whose form seemed to flicker like a ghost. The hitchhiker approached, their face obscured by the hood of a tattered cloak. Alone in the night, yet the road calls, the hitchhiker spoke, their voice a spectral murmur that seemed to weave with the rain. Will you dare to tread the paths unseen? Compelled by an inexplicable force, I unlocked the doors, allowing the mysterious passenger to enter. The hitchhikers settled into the seat, their presence bringing a chill that transcended the physical coldness of the night. Through the Phantom Junction, where the realms converge, the hitchhiker intoned, their words a cryptic invitation to explore the mysteries that lay ahead. As we traversed the junction, the road unfolded into a labyrinth of possibilities. The rain became a curtain that veiled the boundaries between worlds, and the headlights revealed glimpses of spectral landscapes that defied comprehension. The radio voice, now a spectral guide, spoke of the Phantom Junction's connection to the realms beyond. The hitchhiker's words became a navigational beacon, directing me through the ethereal maze where time and space intertwined. The junction led to forgotten places, abandoned towns, haunted forests, and desolate landscapes that seemed to exist at the crossroads of reality and the supernatural. The rain outside played a mournful symphony, each drop a note in the haunting melody that accompanied the spectral journey. A dilapidated mansion emerged on the horizon, its windows staring like vacant eyes into the night. The hitchhiker guided me toward the ancient structure, their words a silent invitation to explore the secrets within. As we entered the mansion's grand foyer, the air thickened with the weight of forgotten memories. The rain on the windows became a spectral chorus, harmonizing with the whispers of unseen phantoms that lingered in the shadows. The mansion revealed its tales through creaking doors and dimly lit corridors. Each room bore witness to the echoes of lives lived and lost, a spectral narrative woven into the very fabric of the building. The rain outside intensified, as if the mansion itself wept for the forgotten souls it harbored. In a grand ballroom, the ghostly echoes of a forgotten celebration resonated. The hitchhiker danced in a spectral waltz, their movements an ethereal ballet that transcended the boundaries of time. The rain on the windows became tears shed by the mansion's silent inhabitants. The radio, now a spectral storyteller, recounted the tales of the mansion's spectral residents, their loves, their sorrows, and the tragedies that bound them to the ethereal realm. As we delved deeper into the mansion's secrets, the hitchhiker's form flickered like a phantom in the shadows. The rain outside seemed to wash away the layers of time, revealing the mansion's hidden truths. In the heart of the mansion, a doorway beckoned, a portal to the junction's nexus. The hitchhiker stood at the threshold, their figure merging with the shadows. "Will you embrace the unknown, traveler?" the hitchhiker asked, their voice a haunting echo. I stepped through the door, the rain outside now a distant murmur. The Phantom Junction awaited, a crossroads where the living and the spectral converged. The car, a vessel through the supernatural, disappeared into the mist, leaving behind the forgotten mansion and the rain-soaked night. As I traversed the Phantom Junction, the rain became a symphony that accompanied the spectral journey. The radio voice, now a guide through the ethereal, spoke of roads that intersected with the mysteries of the night. The Phantom Junction revealed its secrets, a realm where the boundaries between worlds blurred and the echoes of forgotten stories became the threads of a spectral tapestry. The rain-drenched night became a timeless passage through the enigmatic realms where the past and the present converged in a haunting symphony of solitude and spectral exploration. Title: The Forgotten Turnpike. The night draped the road in a velvet darkness, raindrops composing a melancholic symphony on the car roof. Headlights cut through the obsidian night, revealing a deserted highway that seemed to stretch into the heart of oblivion. The radio emitted spectral whispers, its frequencies entwining with the haunting cadence of the rain. Driving through the desolation, the trees stood like silent sentinels, their branches weaving eerie patterns in the mist. The car's tires hummed on the wet pavement, a ghostly melody that echoed in the emptiness. The passenger seat remained unoccupied, a spectral reminder of the solitude that clung to the night. A spectral glow appeared on the horizon, a turnpike shrouded in mist, its allure drawing me toward the unknown. Against my instincts, I veered onto the forgotten turnpike, the rain intensifying as if it sought to cleanse the road of its untold secrets. The radio, now a conduit for the ethereal, whispered tales of the forgotten turnpike, a road that transcended the boundaries of the living. The rain-slicked asphalt seemed to blur with each passing mile, and the headlights revealed glimpses of spectral landscapes that defied comprehension. A figure emerged at the side of the road, a hitchhiker whose form flickered like a phantom in the mist. Compelled by an unseen force, I pulled over, and the hitchhiker entered, their presence enveloping the car in an otherworldly chill. Alone in the night, yet together on the spectral journey, the hitchhiker spoke, their voice a haunting murmur that seemed to dance with the rain. The forgotten turnpike reveals the tales untold. As we traversed the spectral road, the rain became a veil that obscured the boundaries between the living and the unknown. The hitchhiker spoke of the turnpike's connection to forgotten realms where the echoes of lost souls lingered in the mist. The radio voice, now a spectral guide, spoke of the forgotten turnpike's nexus, a place where the living and the spectral converged. The hitchhiker's words became a navigational beacon, directing me through the ethereal maze where time and space intertwined. The turnpike led to forgotten places, abandoned towns, haunted forests, and desolate landscapes that seemed to exist at the crossroads of reality and the supernatural. The rain outside played a mournful symphony, each drop a note in the haunting melody that accompanied the spectral journey. A dilapidated mansion materialized on the horizon, its windows staring like vacant eyes into the night. The hitchhiker guided me toward the ancient structure, their words a silent invitation to explore the secrets within. As we entered the mansion's grand foyer, the air thickened with the weight of forgotten memories. The rain on the windows became a spectral chorus, harmonizing with the whispers of unseen phantoms that lingered in the shadows. The mansion revealed its tales through creaking doors and dimly lit corridors. Each room bore witness to the echoes of lives lived and lost, a spectral narrative woven into the very fabric of the building. The rain outside intensified as if the mansion itself wept for the forgotten souls it harbored. In a grand ballroom, the ghostly echoes of a forgotten celebration resonated. The hitchhiker danced in a spectral waltz, their movements an ethereal ballet that transcended the boundaries of time. The rain on the windows became tears shed by the mansion's silent inhabitants. The radio, now a spectral storyteller, recounted the tales of the mansion's spectral residents, their loves, their sorrows, and the tragedies that bound them to the ethereal realm. As we delved deeper into the mansion's secrets, the hitchhiker's form flickered like a phantom in the shadows. The rain outside seemed to wash away the layers of time, revealing the mansion's hidden truths. In the heart of the mansion, a doorway beckoned, a portal to the turnpike's nexus. The hitchhiker stood at the threshold, their figure merging with the shadows. "Will you embrace the unknown, traveler?" the hitchhiker asked, their voice a haunting echo. I stepped through the door, the rain outside now a distant murmur. The forgotten turnpike's nexus awaited, a crossroads where the living and the spectral converged. The car, a vessel through the supernatural, disappeared into the mist, leaving behind the forgotten mansion and the rain-soaked night. As I traversed the forgotten turnpike, the rain became a symphony that accompanied the spectral journey. The radio voice, now a guide through the ethereal, spoke of roads that intersected with the mysteries of the night. The forgotten turnpike revealed its secrets, a realm where the boundaries between worlds blurred and the echoes of forgotten stories became the threads of a spectral tapestry. The rain-drenched night became a timeless passage through the enigmatic realms where the past and the present converged in a haunting symphony of solitude and spectral exploration. Title: The Haunting Crossroads. The night draped itself over the road, an inky blackness that swallowed the world as I drove down the solitary highway. Raindrops played a melancholy tune on the car roof, and the headlights cut through the obscurity with a feeble glow. The radio crackled to life, emitting ethereal whispers that intertwined with the haunting cadence of the rain. The road stretched endlessly before me, flanked by trees standing like spectral sentinels. The car's tires hummed on the wet pavement, a lullaby that echoed in the emptiness. Glancing at the passenger seat, I found only shadows, a reminder of the solitude that clung to the night. A spectral glow appeared on the horizon, a crossroads shrouded in mist, its allure drawing me toward the unknown. Against my instincts, I veered onto the haunting crossroads, the rain intensifying as if the very weather sought to cloak the mysteries that lay ahead. The radio, now a conduit for the ethereal, whispered tales of the haunting crossroads, a nexus where the paths of the living and the dead intersected. The rain-slicked asphalt seemed to blur with each passing mile, and the headlights revealed glimpses of spectral landscapes that defied comprehension. A figure materialized at the side of the road, a hitchhiker whose form flickered like a ghost in the mist. Compelled by an unseen force, I pulled over, and the hitchhiker entered, their presence enveloping the car in an otherworldly chill. Alone in the night, yet together on this spectral journey, the hitchhiker spoke, their voice a haunting murmur that seemed to dance with the rain. The haunting crossroads revealed the tales of the forgotten. As we traversed the spectral crossroads, the rain became a curtain that veiled the boundaries between the living and the unknown. The hitchhiker spoke of the crossroads connection to forgotten realms where the echoes of lost souls lingered in the mist. The radio voice, now a spectral guide, spoke of the haunting crossroads nexus, a place where the living and the spectral converged. The hitchhiker's words became a navigational beacon, directing me through the ethereal maze where time and space intertwined. The crossroads led to forgotten places, abandoned towns, haunted forests, and desolate landscapes that seemed to exist at the crossroads of reality and the supernatural. The rain outside played a mournful symphony, each drop a note in the haunting melody that accompanied the spectral journey. A dilapidated mansion loomed in the distance, its windows staring like vacant eyes into the night. The hitchhiker guided me toward the ancient structure, their words a silent invitation to explore the secrets within. As we entered the mansion's grand foyer, the air thickened with the weight of forgotten memories. The rain on the windows became a spectral chorus, harmonizing with the whispers of unseen phantoms that lingered in the shadows. The mansion revealed its tales through creaking doors and dimly lit corridors. Each room bore witness to the echoes of lives lived and lost, a spectral narrative woven into the very fabric of the building. The rain outside intensified as if the mansion itself wept for the forgotten souls it harbored. In a grand ballroom, the ghostly echoes of a forgotten celebration resonated. The hitchhiker danced in a spectral waltz, their movements an ethereal ballet that transcended the boundaries of time. The rain on the windows became tears shed by the mansion's silent inhabitants. The radio, now a spectral storyteller, recounted the tales of the mansion's spectral residents, their loves, their sorrows, and the tragedies that bound them to the ethereal realm. As we delved deeper into the mansion's secrets, the hitchhiker's form flickered like a phantom in the shadows. The rain outside seemed to wash away the layers of time, revealing the mansion's hidden truths. In the heart of the mansion, a doorway beckoned, a portal to the crossroads nexus. The hitchhiker stood at the threshold, their figure merging with the shadows. "Will you embrace the unknown, traveler?" the hitchhiker asked, their voice a haunting echo. I stepped through the door, the rain outside now a distant murmur. The haunting crossroads nexus awaited, a crossroads where the living and the spectral converged. The car, a vessel through the supernatural, disappeared into the mist, leaving behind the forgotten mansion and the rain-soaked night. As I traversed the haunting crossroads, the rain became a symphony that accompanied the spectral journey. The radio voice, now a guide through the ethereal, spoke of roads that intersected with the mysteries of the night. The haunting crossroads revealed its secrets, a realm where the boundaries between worlds blurred and the echoes of forgotten stories became the threads of a spectral tapestry. The rain-drenched night became a timeless passage through the enigmatic realms where the past and the present converged in a haunting symphony of solitude and spectral exploration.